Well, Troy, this was a different day. We're riding motorcycles in somebody's backyard.
Not just anyone's backyard.
Scot Harden, Baja legend, Dakar competitor. And here's the Zero FX. It's a sort of a dirt bike, and we've been motoing all day, and it's got a headlight, and you could ride it to the store after you're done moto. In electric motorcycles, everybody's talking about on a street bike, oh, well, limited range and stuff. Well, okay, well, maybe we can buy into that that's a limitation for somebody. But here's a machine you can ride almost anywhere, off-road, and yet it's still street legal. You can take it down to the store and buy your loaf of bread after you're done your moto.
Zero FX has been quite an astonishing bike. I've had a lot of miles on this thing on pavement, doing Pikes Peak and just normal street riding, but it's my first time taking it on the dirt with these pseudo kind of knobby tires, and my dirt skills suck, I'm not gonna lie, but I had a fantastic time, and this was actually quite a good learning tool for someone with limited dirt skills like myself.
I know, I really appreciate it. You come into a berm and you're not that sure about how to bash through it. You don't have to worry about a clutch or anything. You just dial back on the power and it's always there for you. And how about that app on the phone?
Well, that app saved my butt numerous times, let me tell you. There's a specific part of the app where you can tune down the power output. That's called the maximum torque. Mm-hmm. And I put it down to 0, which doesn't mean you get no power. It just means you get less power than it can, totally put out, right, if that makes sense. And so that means when I was cracking on the throttle, I didn't have to really worry about really being careful with how much stick I give it. It would just give me a nice, appropriate amount that I could handle with my personal skill level. And I absolutely love that. I mean, I saw you and Scot with power either full, or I think you had yours down to about 60% or so, and you guys were getting a good clip, and I was nice and comfortable where I was at.
Yeah, I started in the sport map, so that's 100%, and then I went to the custom map, dropped it down to 60%, and still found a whole bunch of power there. And after hearing how low yours was, I went down to 25%, and it made the machine really quite docile to ride. And so here's a bike that you can, get somebody fairly new on, dial down the power output, let them play around until the skills come up, and then you can keep just dialing up the power. And there is no shortage of power on these things. You saw Scot Harden ripping around. These things fly, wheelies and the whole bit. And here's an interesting story. Scot Harden says that if you put proper knobby tires on this thing, he could do a lap of this backyard track, so no double jumps or anything, but he could do a lap of this fairly long track as quick on this as he could on a 250F ice bike, a motocross bike.
Well, I'm just so fortunate right now to be alive and riding in this day and age on these new electric bikes, because it really broadens the whole landscape in terms of what the ride is like. And the cool part about it is we did it right in my backyard today, surrounded by equestrian centers, and nobody said a word. It's really great, gratifying to see what motorcycling is doing. It's not staying static, it continues to grow and evolve, and we have these great new bikes, and I'm all for anything that helps to elevate the experience when it comes to motorcycling. And electric motorcycles really satisfy when it comes to that.
So there's no shortage of power here, and again, it's got a headlight and turn signals. You can ride it down the road. You don't have to worry about just putting it in the back of the truck.
It's remarkable, isn't it? How far electrics have come.
I think this is a step beyond of what we're used to with electric motorcycles. Every test, we're always talking about range, right? And here, we're blasting around all day and we didn't run out of power, and it's a unique experience. We were riding in basically someone's backyard, roosting. There's horses next to us. Horses didn't complain all day. Neighbors didn't complain all day. This is some special motorcycle. Sure, $12,000, it's not cheap, but there is no other motorcycle that you can do what we did today. There's no other gas-powered motorcycle you can do that on.
And it still qualifies, as of this taping, for the California rebate of $900.
So, it's cheap.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to go to Motorcycle.com, read the full article. And if you're watching on Motorcycle.com, keep reading.
And if you're on YouTube, stop watching those cat videos and come watch us.